Hope everyone's doing well. My name is EQ and welcome to Stockaholics. Today we're going to be going over a project that we've been talking about a lot in the Discord group. That's AMP or AMP token. It's even been added to Coinbase, so I'm sure many other exchanges will follow and add AMP to their exchange. But before we get into that, I also want to talk about the overall market and why you should be careful when you're looking for buy positions right now. So let's get the show on the road. So to dig deeper in the market, we're going to look at Bitcoin as a focus point. We're also going to look at some of the macro levels. So when you're looking at this chart of Bitcoin, the first thing you're going to want to notice is that we have a rising wedge. This is more of a bearish formation, and it has broken out of the rising wedge. Now I've marked some key major support levels and resistance levels. And there's also a hidden Fibonacci in here that is a critical bear downtrend. Now, if you want to learn more about that, make sure to come join our Discord group. Hit the link above, and you'll be able to get access to our group where we have early calls, buy, sell signals, charts of the month, charts of the day, charts on the hour, everything you can think of all in one. Now, the only positive thing that I'm seeing on Bitcoin right now from the daily is that the stochastic is in the oversold area. But what we want to keep in mind when we're looking historically through this data, as well as looking at the buy and sell signals, when the stochastic RSI first gets into the oversold area, we start to see a drop every time. So even for the price here, the stochastic dropped, and the next day, in the next couple of days, we start to drop very hard. Now, same thing here, we get a drop in the stochastic. And this starts a major drop, stochastic drops, and then the actual market drops. So we're seeing a trend here where the stochastic likes to hit first. It hasn't done that in a while, and we finally got one of the few that actually did bounce into a buy signal was the recent one. But before we got there, there was a little bit of downtime in this oversold area. These are going to be some major points that I think that price can potentially hit and find the support if we continue to go down. At the same time, Bitcoin might do what we saw it do here, and the market as a whole. Retrace a little bit and then come back up once it finds support. But keep in mind, when it did this move, this was part of the rising wedge. Now we are out of the rising wedge, looking to break back in or start a new trend of some sort. TMC2, which is going to be everything except Bitcoin, is dropping, and TMC3, which is everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum, is dropping even faster. That would tell me that the altcoins are selling off relatively hard. And it looks like people are starting to move their money back into BTC and Bitcoin as the dominance on Bitcoin starts to go up. So we're starting to see people take profits from these altcoins and move them back into the dominant coin. Perhaps they think we're going more in a sideways channel again, or we might be going down. But there are people that are making moves and moving it back into Bitcoin, the safer bet in the crypto realm right now. Again, if you want to dive deeper into this, come join our Discord group. Hit the link in the description. We would love to have you join our family. And what we've all been waiting for, AMP token. AMP is currently ranked 50th on CoinMarketCap. We're sitting at a half a cent per token at a market cap of 2.4 billion, which is relatively low. We can still 10 times easy. And if AMP wanted to hit $5, that would require, give or take, a $200 billion market cap. Now we have circulating supply of 42 billion, which is 46% of the total supply. And the max supply, so the total supply is just shy of 100 billion, and the max supply is 92 billion, which means it's a finite token and they're burning, so it's deflationary. Now, AMP's been around since September of 2020. It's been relatively flatlined, but since February of 2021, it started to pick up a lot. AMP describes itself as a new digital collateral token that offers instant verifiable assurances for any kind of value transfer. So looking at their website, they want to take money into the 21st century, and they provide assets like Dash and Chainlink and DAI and USDC and Bitcoin and Ethereum, Zcash, basic attention token, all of those with instant verifiable assurance for any real world application. So when you stake on AMP, you can get money back from the exchange in multiple different types of ways, from digital payments to fiat currency to exchanges. So your return from staking AMP is going to be a multitude of things. It's going to be digital payments, fiat currency exchanges, loan distributions, property sales, and more. And once it's staked to a partition, AMP is ready to collateralize a transfer. With the use of collateral pools, AMP effectively decentralizes the risk of asset transfer, especially suitable for fraud-proof networks and real-world applications. And it also simplifies the network distribution once the transfer is complete. The smart contract offers a variety of built-in incentive models, including micro-distributions and continuous compounding. And that's going to help you decentralize risk for users with smart contract features, purpose-built for collateral. AMP's been tested, audited, and freely available for anyone to use. So if you want to try it out, you're free to test it. They're extensible and open source. It's not inflationary like we were talking about, and it's asset agnostic, which means it doesn't discriminate based on consensus mechanism or form of asset. Any kind of transfer, whether digital or physical, can use AMP as collateral to secure a transaction. If you want to dive more into the white paper, please feel free to do so. There's a lot that you can learn about their systems and their staking and their modeling, the efficiency, the tokenomics. There's a lot of really positive things about this project, and that's why a lot of major exchanges, including Coinbase and Binance US, who are pretty picky, are both on board with AMP. Now, they have a fat list of friends and collaborators: Gemini, Coinbase, like we said, Flexa, Poloniex, Balancer, Sushi, Uni, Bancor, CoinGecko, Chainlink, Zapper, Loopring. The list goes on for them. When we look at this daily chart of AMP, you can see that we were holding really well for around 2 weeks. Now, we were in the perfect position to pop off until the market pulled down. But with that in mind, we're still hanging in a very bullish sentiment considering where price did break to in terms of the Fibonacci retracement. And I'm only speaking about the candle because we didn't actually reach, I'm only talking about the wick in the situation because we never actually created a body up here. Now, if I wanted to pull this down to the bodies, we have even more space to drop. But I'm thinking even if we put the Fibonacci here, we were holding at the 6180, which would have been perfect. Now, we can still drop down to the 7860 at around 5 cents and still be very bullish and hold the support and continue the move back up. Now, if AMP was to hold at any of these supports, you could see price pull all the way up to around 14 cents. If this wanted to fulfill the Fibonacci retracement and push all the way to a TP3, the TP2 is going to be 12 cents and TP1 is going to be 10 cents. Now, if you want to know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about TP1, 2, and 3, make sure to come join our Discord. Now, keep in mind, projects like this are going to do what the market wants to do. So no matter how good the setup looks, if Bitcoin wants to pull down, everyone's going to pull down with it. So keep an eye out on Bitcoin. Keep an eye out on the macros. Wait and see when price starts to move back up. And if AMP wants to move up with it, then it's a solid buy opportunity. Now, if you're just a long-term person or a DCA buyer, set your buys in. It doesn't matter if you set every Monday you're going to buy $200 worth in a DCA or dollar cost average. You're still going to make good money, and you're not going to have to worry about buying now and it dipping all the way down next week because you're going to buy again next week no matter what the price was. So if you're going to play it like that, that's cool. If you're a short-term or medium-term trader and position and entry matters, I would hang out a little bit and just see what the market wants to do first before getting into a trade. Always do your own diligence. And a reminder that this isn't financial advice. Now, based on the historical data, we also have this area of consolidation, and there's hyper volatility in this area between 0.58 or 0.058 and 0.054. You can see price loves to wiggle around here. We're starting to push down in this area, so don't be surprised if you start to see it move back and forth in this general area as well. And that's going to wrap up this video. If you didn't get a chance to before, please throw a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, come join our Discord group. All of that's greatly appreciated, and we'll catch you in the next one.